Today I decided to travel to Melukote on my bike. I started a little late around 10 a.m. with the thought of visiting a Narasimha Temple. Then I remembered the famous Yoga Narasimha Temple that sits on the top of the hill in Melukote. The ride itself was beautiful. On the way, I passed through lush green paddy fields and agricultural lands, a perfect glimpse of rural Karnataka. From Bengaluru, I reached Mandya town and then took a right turn towards Melukote. I chose to travel on a weekday, which was a blessing. There was no crowd, no traffic, and the state highway was completely empty. By the time I reached, it was already 1:30 p.m. They told me that the Yoga Narasimha Temple would be closing soon, so I rushed straight to the hilltop. You can actually take your vehicle halfway up the hill, and from there it is about 300 steps to climb. The steps are not too steep, and the path itself feels very sacred. When I finally reached the temple, the experience was truly divine and blissful. The temple sits majestically on top of the hill, overlooking the entire town. From up there, the view is breathtaking and the atmosphere is filled with peace and devotion. It truly felt like standing on the adobe of the divine. The Lord Narasimha is seated in yogic posture, possibly installed by Prahalada according to the tradition. From there, I went down to the foothills and reached another main temple, the Cheluva Narayana Swamy Temple. By the time I reached, it was already 2 p.m. However, I requested if I could take at least a quick look inside. Since it was a time of closing, the priests were performing some rituals for the Utsava Murti before shutting the doors. Usually, the temple reopens around 4 p.m. I was fortunate to witness a glimpse of that sacred moment. Even though it was short, I felt it was very special. Next, I went to large stepwell like pond surrounded by granite steps on all four sides. It is believed to have created by the Pandavas during their exile. The mantapas and pavilions around the pond add to its Dravidian style architecture charm. When Ramanuja revived the temple system, he included the Kalyani Snana as a part of the Panchatirtha Yatra. But wait, Melukote, also known as Tirunarayanapura, has a deep connection with Sri Ramanujacharya. During his time, Ramanujacharya faced persecution in Tamil Nadu, where the Chola king was hostile towards Vaishnavas. At that point, Lord Cheluva Narayana or Tirunarayana is said to have appeared in his vision, guiding him towards Melukote. When he arrived here, the Hoysala king, Vishnuvardhana, welcomed and supported him. With royal patronage and divine guidance, Ramanujacharya revived the Cheluva Narayana temple, reinstalled the last Utsava Murti, and established proper Vaishnava Agama traditions. He stayed here for nearly 12 years, transforming Melukote into a great center of devotion, learning, and spiritual equality. Even today, the traditions has established continue to flourish in the sacred town. Melukote is not only a pilgrimage, but also a living center of Sanskrit and Vedantic learning. Because I went to a library, it is a treasure house of rare palm leaf manuscripts, copper plates, and old scriptures. The focus is preservation, publication, and research in Sanskrit, Vedas, Agamas, and the Sri Vaishnava philosophy. It houses over 11,000 manuscripts, many of them on Vedas, Upanishads, and Ramanuja's words and Vaishnava traditions. The next place I visited was Raya Gopuram, which means a royal tower. So this is an unfinished temple gateway, yet it stands still and tall, majestic even today. Tradition says that its construction began during the rule of Vijayanagara kings, sometimes in the 15th or 16th century, under Krishna Devaraya. It is believed that this structure was meant to be the grand eastern entrance to the temple complex. However, history suggests that the fall of Vijayanagara kingdom brought the construction to an halt. What remains today is magnificent unfinished monument. My next stop was the sacred Dhanushkoti Tirtha of Melukote. This place is not only the holy but also blessed with incredible and natural beauty. The pond is surrounded by rocky hill slopes, greenery, and deep silence, giving it a calm, divine atmosphere. According to the tradition, this spot is linked to Lord Rama. It is believed that during his exile, Sri Rama visited this region. He struck the ground with the tip of his bow, and water gushed out to form this pond. During sunrise and sunset, the reflection of the hills in the still waters makes it looks like almost like a natural painting. Sri Ramanujacharya gave great importance to the Panchatirthas of Melukote to be used for the temple rituals. By the time it was already 4 p.m., the temple reopened and I went inside to take darshan of Lord Cheluvanarayana. Historically, when Ramanujacharya first came to Melukote, this temple was in a neglected state. To revive daily worship, he realized that a dedicated community was needed to handle all the temple duties. So Ramanujacharya carefully brought selected families from Srirangam and other parts of Tamil Nadu to Melukote, assigning them with specific temple services. Over time, these families came to be known as Hebbar Iyengars or Melukote Iyengars, and they continue to live here even today, preserving the tradition that Ramanujacharya established near 1,000 years ago. And then I decided to drive back home. On the way, I once again passed through the lush green paddy fields. I stopped for a while to take photographs and truly enjoyed the calm beauty of the countryside. If you're planning a trip here, don't miss the chance to pass and capture such moments. Take beautiful photos, but also remember to respect nature because nature itself is a visible form of God. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to Melukote. I hope you enjoyed it.